My educational journey has been unconventional to say the least. I've been to 5 different schools in my life, and embracing change was not easy at first. I went to my first school when I was 3 years old. It was a small school in Manhattan Beach where I learned to count, read, and do all the basic things a 3-year-old needed to do. A few years later, after finishing kindergarten, at 6 years old, my parents were advised that I was a gifted learner, and it was recommended to them that I skip first grade. My parents took the advice and they sent me to the local public school for second grade. It was the first time I had a major change in my life, and on the first day of school, I cried the whole morning. Second grade passed and third grade came. After a bad experience in third grade with a teacher who was, to be frank, not good at teaching, my parents and I decided that public school wasn't a good fit for me. After 2 years at public elementary school, I changed schools again. This time, the change was easier. I enrolled at a charter school 15 minutes from my home. I was then older, more experienced, and used to change. At this school, I only went to school 2 days a week. The other 3 days, I was homeschooled by my mom. This new method of schooling was a good idea, but middle school became more difficult for my mom to teach, and I longed for a more social and traditional school experience. My parents were also not ready for me to begin high school at 13 years old. So after seventh grade at the charter school, I changed schools again, this time to a private school in West Los Angeles, where I was in seventh grade again. By now, I was pretty much a pro at being the new kid. I adapted to my new environment and integrated into the community effortlessly. This school was the perfect fit, but unfortunately, they only taught up through eighth grade, so I would yet again have to find a new school for high school. After weighing out my options, I decided to attend RHP. Transitioning into high school might have been a big deal to some, but for me, changing schools had become almost routine. I found that I could adapt to any situation I was thrown into, and high school was no different. I found myself unfazed by the first day of school, unlike my second grade self. Thanks to the changes that I had once viewed as scary, I was now prepared as a person to face the ever changing challenges of life. Going through all these changes made me more adaptable and open minded. I feel that I'm ready for whatever life throws at me because I've already been through so many twists and turns. So when change is presented to you, don't run away from it. Embrace it and conquer it because you'll learn from the experience like I did and be ready for whatever the future may hold. Thank you. Shout outs. Shout out Mr. Brahma. Thanks for being a great advisor and physics teacher. You've been a big part of helping me grow as a student, and I know I can always count on you to help me out when I have problems. Cooper, thanks for being a great friend the past few years. I'm glad we first bonded in ninth grade over Fortnite, and I couldn't imagine high school without you. To my teammates on the basketball team, thanks for being the best teammates I could ask for and a great group of guys over the last few years. To my coaches, Corey, Manasa, Coach Katani, thank you for your dedication to me and the team. I've learned so much from being on this team, and the memories I've made are ones I'll cherish forever. Mom and Dad, thank you for all the sacrifices you've made for me and Bryson. You guys have always been there for me, and I wouldn't be who I am today without you. I love you guys. To my brother Bryson, I know we argue sometimes, but I love you, and I'm going to miss you once I go to college next year, unless college is still happening over Zoom. Thank you.